Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We will begin our Board of Public Works and Safety for the City of Scottsburg, Indiana on this February the 14th, 2022. And we gentlemen would like to wish you ladies a happy Valentine's Day. So,
I know, right? Me? Chief and I
to
are
me,
here
it's,
too.
it's come from the gentleman to wish the ladies. All the girls on my bus, I would, it's always wish them a happy Valentine's Day. And I always tell the guys, you always wish your gal a happy Valentine's Day. So anyway, sorry about that. So we'll call our meeting to order here today. And first thing we'll do is we'll go to the roll call by our clerk treasurer, Jan
Mayor Amy,
Hardy. Here.
Karen Grishus,
Here.
Tom Lewis.
Here. The next thing on our agenda is the approval of January 24th and 28th, 2022 minutes. Got an opportunity to look over those minutes.
Make a motion to approve them as submitted.
Tom Lewis makes the motion to approve both the 24th and the 28th minutes as presented.
I'll second.
Karen Grishus seconds. Anything else on these? Right now, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Unanimous. Okay, thank you very much. Now, the next thing is personnel.
Yes, Jess had to leave. She had an emergency at home. So the only thing she's got on here is she would like approval for an animal control attendant, part-time, to hire Charles, is it Mahane? Nope. Effective 2/15/22.
Part-time.
Yes,
Mahoney, maybe?
MCCONAHAY.
MC
CONAHAY.
McConaughey.
Very
Close.
C-O-H-N, yeah, this would be McCollum.
Yes. So she would like approval.
Part-time?
Yes.
Was that 20 hours a week or
28,
28?
not over 28.
Not over 28 hours.
I'll make the motion.
Tom Lewis makes a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Grishus seconds. Any questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Unanimous, thank you.
The other thing she had is approval for Mass Park for a credit card. She thought she had done this, and we went back and tried to listen to the minutes.
And this is for Miss Macy?
Yes,
Okay, now let me explain this basically, there are times we have students that are coming over there. So we had one machine that was always empty by where they're at, and one machine over here we were not moving product, so we moved both machines over there. So as a result of that, we need a credit card to be able to go down and get our supplies. And we want
Plus
that.
with the new packages, it's been crazy.
Yeah, and we're doing food packages now. So if you come to the Mid-America Science Park and you want to have a meeting with all your engineers, and you can have that with a drink package or with a food package if you like. So we provide it for you. So so we need it for those as well. And Macy's doing a fantastic job. We've got a lot of this week already lined up. So,
13 in a row.
Yeah, 13 in a row.
Good.
Yeah. So,
So we're approving the credit card for that?
yes.
I'll make that motion.
What's the credit limit?
she has on here 3,000. I don't know what it normally is.
I'll make a motion to approve the credit.
I'll second.
Karen Grisham makes a motion, with a second by Tom Lewis. Anything else to be asked about this? Do you have any questions about the Mid-America Science Park? So, okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous. Mid-America Science Park, Macy, would you tell us what they're posting out there this week?
Of course, we have Morgan Foods. They're gonna be there for 13 days.
Yeah, but tell about the state, what are the state doing out there today? I'm sorry, not today, it starts tomorrow. Starts tomorrow and goes through Friday. We have
COVID testing.
COVID testing,
I was like,
COVID
today?
testing, that's
What
right,
am I
folks.
forgetting? Yeah,
state's
COVID
coming down.
testing and vaccines.
Yeah, from what time to what time?
2 to 6.
2 to 6, 2 to 6.
Yep.
So folks, come on down, you don't need an appointment, come on in, sit down,
No appointment. And it's in the back by the
Yes,
garage, closer to Samtec, so
Yeah.
the east side.
come in the back door, come in
Yep.
the back door. Thank you,
Of course.
Didn't mean to put you on the
Sorry.
spot. No.
Tuesday through Friday, Macy?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
You
we
said the-
cannot do Saturday. We don't have anybody there.
You
So
said
they
on
had
the
to change.
radio, just see if I can get a curveball.
I know. You got me.
Back to Jill. Last thing Jess had was, the Board of Works has an appointment on APC, and they would like to, it's a one-year term, and they would like to have Lauren Ritchie set on the board again. She's already on there. But so Jess is asking for your appointment for that.
Area Plan has one employee that's on their board. And so this is this been voted by the other employees to put Lauren on there?
It's their appointment.
It's their
Board of
appointment.
Works appointment.
Yeah,
So she's an employee.
Oh, the board, okay.
Yes,
She's
she is an employee.
City of Scott.
She works in the utilities office, so she's
Okay.
familiar with where all of the taps are and
Right,
lines.
right, right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
she's a concierge there for all of our large customers. So we have a motion to approve.
I'll make the motion that we approve that appointment.
Okay, so
And I'll
second.
Make that appointment, I guess.
Okay. So Sharon Grisha seconds. Any questions, comments about Lauren? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. Anything else, Joe?
Mr. Springston, with the Master Gardening, would like a waiver to use the train depot for February the 22nd for a meeting. I will tell you, the Master Gardener program went out to Mass Park for free and cleaned out all the center atrium for us, so he's asked to rent the train depot. for a
And they
meeting.
did a fantastic, I mean, I don't know how many they had out there, maybe a dozen or so, but I mean, they just went out there with all of these folks who were studying to be master gardeners, and they just did a tremendous amount of work. And Tom did that, Bruce's brother, sorry, Tom Springston, and, yeah, so, but did a fantastic job, so we're asking just a waiver on that, because they're doing, again, more work for community service as well.
I'll make the motion to waive that.
Tom Lewis makes the motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Richards seconds. Any questions? Hearing now, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
That's it for me.
Okay. Next thing is the Unicode contract. What is it?
You want me to do that one?
Yeah, yeah.
That is the, we had our
Okay.
code, what is it?
Yeah, never mind, I got it.
Go ahead.
He wants you to explain it,
Okay.
he just found his paperwork.
So, we had the code updated for the city of Scottsburg, the city code by this company previously. I believe that's up to date through 2004. This would go ahead and get it all the way up to date until now, and then they would continue to maintain it each year. This would give citizens and officers and building inspectors online access to the building code, or to our city codes, and as well as the public at large. So it would be, I think I'm recommending it, I've kind of pushed for this, it'd be very helpful. It's hard right now to find all the city code in one location. We'd used this company previously, so their quote was quite cheaper than anyone, because they've already got a good amount of work already done on it.
So is it online now or not?
I don't think that there's any.
So this.
Not that I'm aware of.
So we can link to this website, and there's two main companies that do this in Indiana, and so you can go and state map of Indiana, and then click on us, and then see our full code, and then they'll continue to update it going forward.
I think that's needed, yeah.
It is, for sure.
They did it before, and I know it was very outdated at the time when it was
Yes.
done, and we're there again,
We are there
aren't we?
again.
Yes.
Looks like the software license code and ordinance annually is at $2,200. The database conversion is $5,000. So Josh, is it a combination thereof?
It is,
So the first year.
yes.
So $7,200?
And then how much per year?
Ongoing after that, I think it's on down on the next page. I think it's like 2,200, somewhere in that ballpark.
That's the ongoing.
Yeah, software annually,
Oh, okay.
price is $2,200. So, but the conversion is what the cost is.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we approve the contract.
Let's make some motions to go forward with the Unicode contract. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any other questions on this?
I'll second.
Okay, hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you. Thank you, Karen. Next thing is the Scott County Chamber contract at the Mid-America.
That should say lease, that's mine.
Yeah. It is just a lease for the chamber, and it's already been pre-approved, and Josh has already looked at it.
Okay, so Josh, any questions, comments about this lease?
No, I've already reviewed it and made my edits.
Okay,
So they have space in it?
they don't now, they're currently in the train depot, and I
That's
think
what I thought.
they want to move over to the
They
Mid-American
want to
side.
go over there. Okay.
So we're giving them a room. We're really not wanting to try to rent to Billy Bob's investment company or, Sammy Joe's insurance company. We really want to try to get things like this out there,
Yeah.
data centers and things of this nature. So,
I'll make a motion, we approve the lease.
okay, is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, Richard seconds. Any questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you very much.
And then I have a waiver for Kelly Delaney for December 7th. Oh, never mind, for
Not December 7th.
April
Yeah,
28th.
yeah. Tell them what it's for.
They just wanted to get together and they wanted a bigger space because of COVID.
They were their annual dinner. Was that the annual dinner?
Who did you say it was? I'm sorry.
Kelly Delaney,
Kelly Brown.
yep.
What is it?
She's part of-
in charge of Chief.
Yep.
Yeah, she's a,
Oh, she's in charge of the family.
Yep.
she has a board.
Can I add this in?
Please.
Within the lease that you just approved, that probably makes that null and void, or what did we decide on that? Because she wanted it 2 times.
Yeah, I think that language is definitely still in there. She just
Okay.
has to
So
get
we
the
really
date
Okay. She,
approved.
that's actually null and void, because within that lease, she requested to have the banquet hall, the chamber, not her, but the chamber requested to have the banquet hall 2 times a year. And Josh put language in there so that they had to provide us so many days' notice to be able to do that.
Right, okay.
So that really is probably null and void, because you just approved that lease.
Okay.
At the time we got that request, we didn't know about the lease.
So
So does that make
as long
sense?
as long as she gets notice, we don't have to get notice.
Correct,
Okay.
correct.
And
Just
we-
for 2 times a year.
Good.
I mean, if they want anything outside of that, but,
Put her in a room if that was taken, large enough, but if they're having their annual dinner,
Yeah.
that's probably
Yes.
what they need.
so, sorry about that.
Okay. Okay, so anything else, Mace?
Yep, and then I have a couple more waivers, for the Youth Grant Making Council.
Okay, great.
Since last time you guys had a couple questions and I didn't know, I brought them here to explain.
Yep.
All right, so I'm Noah Bagwell. I am in 9th grade. I go to Scottsburg High School over here. And I've been in the YGC for, this will be my 4th year. My first year as a board voting member. We have 93 members in our entire thing, and 26 of us are on the board. And those 26 make all the decisions, and like if there's a motion or a fundraiser, we all take a vote on it, and we make sure that everybody's in agreement. And then,
Noah, do you have 93 students?
we have 93 people from Scott County, grades 6 through 12.
Okay.
So it would be students, yeah.
Right. So,
And we meet one time a month to discuss like these meetings. Sometimes we go every other month if one month doesn't have hardly anything to discuss. But most of the time we meet every month. And we would like to thank you for waiving the fees to allow us to do this, because obviously we're just trying to go in and help with the community. So we have leadership opportunities through officer and chairperson positions and presentations, such as last summer we had a camp philanthropy session for the YMCA, which was a summer school for students, and we had activities, crafts, games, and stuff like that to help teach them about philanthropy. And then each month we do different service projects. Last year, you were there, we did some park things. We went and we cleaned up some parks and we painted some stuff that needed to be painted. We did Lindsey Graham Park, Beechwood, and Lake Iowa. I think I was at all 3 of those, but we picked up some limbs at Lindsey Graham and we painted some stuff in the parking lot, just making it look nicer basically. And my favorite service project that we did last year was, I really enjoyed doing the Kids First auction, because going and helping, and I just always feel like that's a really good thing to do. So we have 2 endowment funds with the Community Foundation, and we use those earnings to award grants to the community. for youth-related projects. Our grant application is open and due February 28th. And anybody who works with youth can apply for a grant up to $1,000. Last year we had grants and we gave out grants for $7,750 over the course of 12 different things. So basically 12 people submitted an application and say, hey, we want this much money to do this and this for the youth to help them. And then we choose through the best ones and we give out the grants that we can to help those causes. And then we also have fundraisers each year, so that way we can give out grant money. One of the fundraisers we normally have is the alumni game. However, this year with COVID, we couldn't get enough people to have the game. So this year instead, we're doing a cornhole tournament. And I have a sponsorship flyer, but I really like cornhole, so I was very excited about this. But if you have any questions about that, that can be discussed. But this time we're doing the cornhole tournament in place of the other stuff where we can try to get in some money to be able to still give out those grants. So the best part about being a member of the league is just being able to like I took my little cousin to the park and I could see the difference like in the community that we had made, and it was really nice. But other than that, if you guys have any other questions or want to see some sponsorship flyers or some pictures, ask.
What class are you in, Noel?
I'm in 9th grade.
So you're a freshman. Isn't that awesome? So you have even sophomores, juniors, and seniors in here as well?
Yeah.
Wow. And 96.
That's good.
And I remember we went out there and the city bought some pizzas and we took them out there and they were just going right after me.
That's good.
And
So we're voting to give them a waiver for their meetings?
and their meetings.
Okay.
And then the waivers we have March 11th, 2022. And the reason is for a YGC business meeting, so we can discuss the other stuff. And then the next one is April 3rd, 2022, and it is for grant interviews. So that way we can, like I was talking about how we're picking out the grants and stuff, we will be sitting in there and they'll come in and ask for money and we'll decide whether or not we can give them. And then the next one is May 15th, 2022, which is the annual celebration. We normally have people come in and we give an award to the person who did the most hours, who did the most good, and we normally have the people come up and we present them with their grant money, and they go up and they talk about like what they're going to use it for and why they applied for it and why it's really needed. And we just normally have some desserts and some drinks, and it's a pretty good time.
Great.
Yes, tell me what's your input on this?
My input, do you have like a specific question? I love the kids.
I know. I mean, don't you think it's just awesome?
They are wonderful.
It's just been fantastic.
And Carmen and I were just talking. Carmen was a former YGC member, and Kevin with the city.
Carmen was?
Yeah, I was, Kevin was, so.
Found
hired a couple of
found
others. Yeah.
Well, I guess what I'd like this board to see is one of the things we're trying to have here is to eliminate the brain drain. To have students come back here, as Carmen has done, and stay at home. And we're trying to bring about benefits however we can. We have several things on the docket now we're doing. And I endorse this highly. I think that we need to help our youth. And anything we can do to help our youth, we certainly want to be active in that. So, Karen, what questions would you have? Or Tom, what questions do you have as well?
I think it's great.
I did too.
Is-
Could I add, Mayor, I just saw where they recently went to the nursing homes again with the Valentine, so it's not just, I'm sure he mentioned the parks, because he knows that's close to our heart, but also I remember when you came, when my mother was in the nursing home, and that's just such a brightener for the residents there, so.
Yeah, we look forward to when they will let us in there to meet with them. They really miss that.
Yes.
COVID has prevented us from going inside, so.
Yeah, yes.
And we
Bring care packages to the police department too.
Yep, we help out all the.
Donuts?
Give them candy.
Donuts?
They know what they're doing.
Noah, do you guys do caroling as well?
I don't know if we did caroling.
We haven't done Carolyn, but they're always open to new
I was
ideas.
saying, we're looking for carolers. The city's looking for carolers next
We
Christmas.
went caroling with, the Sunshine
Yeah,
at the high school, so I did go
Smart.
caroling.
good job.
It was very cold.
Oh, that's fantastic. We have a motion then to go forward.
I'll make a
Yes.
motion, Leanne. You can go ahead
I'll
and make
make the motion.
Okay, Karen Grisham makes a motion. Tom seconds to go forward to waive the fees at the Middle Science Park. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
We want to thank you very much. Jason Bagwell's his daddy and John Roberts is his granddad. So they're great folks and these kids are all wonderful, wonderful kids on this program. So thank you for all you do for us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Do you have anything else, Mace?
That's it.
Okay, thank you. Request of mass pre-approval. What is that?
That's Mason.
Noah, thank you. Amy, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
And then here is the part that over the sponsorship stuff.
Oh,
And here's
wow.
some pictures of what we're doing.
Here, wow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You any good at that cornhole?
Not terrible.
There you go. Maybe you can beat me.
Okay, I do have one more thing.
Okay?
So I'm requesting that we let the city departments that are listed in your sheet go ahead and not have to do a waiver, just because of so much paperwork and so many are wanting, space. So I was just gonna ask if we could go ahead and let that just do anything.
What is it?
Council, is this even required
Is this,
for a city to do any type of activity out
If
there?
it's the fire
We don't need-
department
we
or
don't need
anybody
them to do
like
it.
that, do they have to do a waiver, or can she have in the minutes shown that they, she doesn't have to come
Do
in
you
front
have
of them to do a waiver?
They're all city department.
Yes.
Because it's an inner-city thing, I don't think we need that, do we?
what's that all those words?
No. Problem with that? No, I mean, I think it note it in the minutes and it's all inner city departments.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's all
Just put the
inner-city.
minutes that all city employees can use the space without requested
For
waiver.
city business.
For
Department.
city
Yes.
business.
For city business, for
Okay.
city
Yeah.
business, not for.
Yeah, not
Weddings.
not for-
Weddings for everyone.
Refund!
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
of course. Thank you.
Okay, so the next thing we have is contracts, claims, State Board of Account audit, wastewater plant, pay app, and clerk treasurer. I guess that's all in you.
That's all me, I'm
That's
just
all you.
full, yeah, I've got all kinds of things. I'm sure you've had in your packet, I would like approval to enter into an independent contractor agreement with a former employee, Karen Middleton, who we have a contract with a person who used to work for a surrounding entity, but she's doing a lot of virtual now, and we just needed some help in getting some of our payroll program filled up, or cleaned up, excuse me. So I would like approval, as stated in this contract, to get Karen to work for us, and to help us and to do some training, because, you know, Marita, I hired her in September, but she has really, Karen's come in and helped us some, and she's cleaned up the system that we're now, it was taking us 5 days to do payroll, and we're now able to get it done in 2 days, because just of cleaning it up, so.
How long was Karen here?
How many years did she work here? Oh, gosh, I don't know. She came- Was she
19
here that
years.
long?
So 19 years,
Okay.
she's a U of E graduate.
Yeah.
In 2000, she's a super sharp kid, so she does a
She,
great
yeah,
job.
she left here to go to Hanover, because the benefits were, you know, it's hard to turn down
Yeah.
free college.
I would certainly endorse that.
Yes, so, you'll,
So what was the hours you anticipate per week?
no, I just gonna be as needed.
As needed.
Yes, she came in the 25th of
And do you
January
have-
at the
you have
end.
a guess of how much you're gonna need?
Not really, because we've got a big portion of it cleaned up. She's got like 6 questions she's gonna verify. I would say maybe 10 hours a month, and once we get it cleaned up, it would be,
Go down to nothing?
yeah, pretty much, yes. Because I have training in my budget, so that's where it's going to be paid from.
Okay, I'll make the motion.
Do we need a motion on all these, Josh, or can we do this all in one group? You want Jan to go through everything, or first?
I would approve this separately.
Okay, all right. So Tom makes a motion for a independent contract with Karen Middleton. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Karen Grisham seconds, okay. Any other questions about this from Ms. Jan? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you.
Thank you, thank you. It's made all of our lives easier. Now, the other one that will take a motion is a motion to approve the claims as presented. And I know the mayor has looked at all of those.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
Okay.
I'll second.
Karen Grisham seconds, any other questions or comments about claims? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Aye, unanimous, thank you.
Okay. I just wanted to give a report on our State Board of Account audit. We did have our exit conference 10 days ago with no findings, so we're
Good.
very proud of that. This group, we get charged for our audits, so we were happy to know that this group got in and got out quickly, and they shared with the mayor and I that they got this audit done in about half the time what they had budgeted for us. So that was a savings of, we're getting charged $19,000, so it was a savings to the city that they were able to, get in and get the records they needed and moved right on.
Good.
So that,
So that's typical, they require the audit, but then they charge us for the audit.
they charge us for the audit, yes, yes. And I'm sure it's cheaper than probably getting an outside entity to come in. And he did tell us that they don't put the same, it would be nice to have the same auditor every year, just because then they get familiar with our system. But they don't usually allow them to be on one entity more than 3 years at a time.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's reasons for that.
I'm sure.
Well, we did have a federal audit this time. It's a minimal expense to all the utilities. It looked like about $2,000 a piece was what they were billed. So the bulk of it came from our federal audit with the money we had gotten and with the loans we have. So,
You guys are doing a good job.
Yeah, kudos to the clerk treasurer, thank you, Jan.
thank you. When he told me that, I was glad, because he said it's just, our bookkeeping, we try to keep it, and we didn't make them wait at any length of time to get them the information they needed. So, and they also had a Scottsburg graduate on their team, so I imagine that helped
Yeah,
move
we
that.
did,
Yeah, he
for
was,
sure.
he was the Little League scholar a few
Yeah.
years ago, so yes, they did a good job. I also wanted to just tell you that I received to sign off on the pay app number 8 for our wastewater treatment plant. And this comes to me from Greg Marks, who then it goes to Mark Sullivan, and once Mark has seen it, then he sends it to me. And our pay app 8 was for $234,849.74, making to date, we have paid $10,785,000.
Wait, you said 10,000.
Or 10 million, I'm sorry, the $10,785,694.69. So,
Kind of say it fast, it kind of hurts less.
yeah, it does, yeah, thanks for catching me on that, Mayor. Yeah, I'm not used to those big numbers, I'm used to my, yeah, so it leaves us, looks like we still have about 2,229,000 in, left to spend. So we were very happy with this, much less.
We're anticipating utilizing these, it comes in phases. So it's gonna begin in May, and we'll start filling those reactors. Whereas right now, our reactors are probably 3 times the size of what we have now. So they're massive records. Once we have this ready to go, we're gonna have balloons, we're gonna have
Donuts.
we're gonna have donuts, we're gonna have, we're gonna have an open house. Come out and see what you paid for. I mean, this is, I'm out there weekly, it is I was out at midnight to 5 o'clock in the morning on pour. I mean, it's just been a great thing. It's been, I don't think great is the word I want to use.
It's been impressive. It was much needed, so we're glad to see the progress. I think we agree this Bowen is really top notch for getting this type of project done and staying on schedule.
Yeah.
They've really got it, yeah. So.
And Midwest Engineers, I mean, they're not there every day, but they're there when they need to be. And so we saved a lot of expense in that. They're right on top of it with electrical, they have their own electrical engineers. Tom, you can really appreciate this. And so it's just been fantastic. So, we have maintained a low cost on engineering expense as well. So it's all been very positive for the city of Scottsboro.
Okay, one more thing, I would like to get approval to pay tomorrow, before our next meeting, and I spoke with the mayor on this. We are updating our gas reader, which is down at the street department, which we had for 14 years or so. And when they installed this, we got it, we paid for it out of last year's money. Upon installing it, they found out they did not get the best software they could have gotten for that. So after speaking with our IT department, and after my office not being able to view, there's only one, the way it's set up now, only one computer can view the data that comes in, and we use that a lot in billing. So we're asking approval, and the mayor was fine with it, just that we pay this outside of a meeting, because to upgrade, it's $5,148.05. If we don't get it paid, it's going up like 8% on March the 1st. So I would just like approval, and I guess in the form of a motion to go ahead and pay this before the next meeting.
Go ahead and do
Okay.
that.
Karen Griswold makes a motion, is there a second?
I'll second.
Tom Blow seconds, are there any other questions about this? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, unanimous, thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
that's all I have.
What else do
Sorry.
we have for this evening? Let me say this, we are talking about here, and the city's looking to go forward in upgrading all of our software, not in the clerk treasury, but the rest of the software. We've written off something like $400,000 in electrical over the past 5 years, I was told by our department head, Willie Daniels, on Friday. And so this software will allow the city to have renters prepay. You get a prepaid meter, so in other words, you come and say, you're not gonna pay a deposit, you're gonna pay $200 down or $100 down or whatever it is. And then when that runs out, that meter's gonna go off, but the software will notify you. Karen is gonna let you know, the current rate you're using, it's gonna go off, and it'll go off at 2 o'clock on Tuesday afternoon. So, and this way too, you can just pay it by your credit card, online, wherever you're at. If you're down in Florida, wherever you're at in the world, you can pay it by credit card. Some of you have not been able to do so thus far. So you can see real time what you're using. Did I turn the iron off before I left? Well, you can look on there to see if that meter's really turning or not or what. So it's a software that'll do that. It's a software that's going to notify all kinds of notices that the city's putting out for all of our residents. So it's going to be a great software. So we're coming with that. Also, this one goes to Marty. Marty, I apologize. You always do a great job on your articles, but last week, or last time we met, I said that we broke even, and we did on our expenses of taxes, insurance, utilities. That's $250,000 that we hadn't, so we broke even there. I had Macy here's wage I had to pay, and John Lord's wage I paid. I've got Cheryl out there on a part-time. Then we have one educator out there that city council wants for the educational part of that. Now, those salaries are not on there, and we did not make that. But I just want to let you know that we did make, my whole goal first off was to try to meet the expenses that's going to be there every day, even if you're closed. And so we met all of that. And in doing so, we were able, we're getting ready to grow this. We're getting ready to, Macy is a software builder, so she's gonna build our website for us. We're getting everything ready. We're ready to paint the banquet hall and do some things of this nature. So we've got a lot of things planned, and we see nothing but great things for the Mid-America Science Park. And we want to see it stand on its own 2 feet, and it will do that. It will do that for us. So, but, and I may not have said it correctly, so I apologize for that. Anything else? This is not for you, is it? This, we're gonna, yeah. So, I guess we have a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Adjourn, thank you very much.
Sharon told us.